What's up, babes? How's you doing? How's you doing? Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic freaking weekend. What's left of it, anyways. Um, my load, my load. Can yeah, yeah. How's everybody doing? I know I'm early. I'm early. I figured since last week I was almost an hour late, I come on a few minutes early this week. But last week, I mean, I was 80 feet below ground. I mean, what do you want from me? Not much I can do. Not much I can do. Oh my gosh. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome weekend. What is everybody's plans for Mr. Philippe? What's up, Mr. Philippe? What's everybody's plans for the 4th of July? Basically next weekend. What's your plans? What are your plans? Tell me. Nothing? Lame. I don't have any plans. I think my mom and my brother and his wife are coming down for like some sort of barbecue thing. Nothing. We couldn't get anything worked out because my mother is big on coming down to visit or visiting me or whatever for my birthday stuff and whatever. And then we were gonna go to the truck show, but that kind of got all sorts of effed up. But whatever. A reminder again. We will be at Lansing, Iowa. It's the weekend, I believe, of the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So I think it's Power and Pride, I think is what the truck show's name is. But it's Lansing, Iowa. Come hang out. I will have the t-shirts, the gray ones. You've seen them. We'll have stickers. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a live stream in that order because I learned my lesson at the Big Rig Roundup. But yeah, so we are going to do that. Still, even though the world might be coming to an end. Whatever. So yeah, that just a little a warning. Yeah, Mr. Charles Nix, what are you doing? The guy with the metal knee, or metal in the knee. Mr. Donnie, up in the house. How's everybody? This hurting like hell. Well, yeah. Just to forewarn everybody, this Sunday something is just going to be a chill. We're just going to talk and have fun. And last week was a little intense. Not taking anything that I said back. If you want to go watch it, you're more than welcome to. By all means, read the comments. Or the comment from either the wife or the husband, basically confirming that everything that I said was true. Good for you. But no, this week is just, we're just gonna chill. We're gonna have some fun. You guys are gonna try picking on me. I'm gonna try picking on you. If whatever, maybe tell some jokes. I got a joke for you. You heard it. If you've been here, you know this joke. But it still makes me laugh every single freaking time, and I'm gonna say it again. If you have a problem with that, I don't care because it's funny. It's funny. But no. Just kind of, I'm sitting in Michigan, a state that I very rarely ever come to anymore. I now know why. My God. Okay. I do have a serious question. It's a serious question. So, in amongst all of this crap that has been going on against truck drivers, well, first of all, have you guys like seen? Has anybody had anything happen to them? Right? Have you been affected by protesters? Have you had any, I don't know, any threats or anything like that towards you? I don't know. After 25 years of driving, I am now more nervous to be out here than I've ever been in my life. Because I mean, you've got shootings in Ohio, you've got shootings in I think there was one in Indiana, I think there was one in Illinois. You've got all these shootings against trucks. It's like, I'm not far from Indiana and I'm not far from Ohio, but the thing of it is, though, today, I don't know if it was just circumstance, or I don't know, but I'm to the point where I'm done moving over for cars. If you cannot figure out how to merge into traffic, I'm not going to assist you ever. I'm not moving over because by law I don't have to. In Michigan, it's one of the few states left that have a split speed limit. I think they've eased up on the targeting of trucks, but they're still targeting trucks. So trucks in Michigan can only do 30 or 65. Cars can do 70. Well, the cars, I mean, let's face it, the cars never do the posted speed limit. I have always been like that. What, scared? Or what? Moving over. Well, I mean, I've tried. I've tried before, but I'm done. It's like, if you're not intelligent enough to figure out how to merge onto the interstate, I'm not going to help you. So today, I'm only like an hour into Michigan, right, on 94, and so today I went by two ramps. No, they weren't back to back or anything like that. There was some distance between the two, and I had cars passing me because it's a weekend. Everybody's trying to go home. Well, I mean, you would think, right, Donnie? You would think, but I had cars. Legitimately, I had cars passing. I couldn't even move over if I wanted to. I had cars passing me because it's a weekend. It's Sunday. Everybody's trying to get back from Chicago back to wherever, So there's traffic up the wazoo today, and I couldn't get over. Well, I had two cars. They literally would race up alongside me. Well, I can't move over, and I wouldn't even if I could. And so the one decided to speed up, which, okay, fine. Hey, you got to merge into traffic. It's not my responsibility. You have to merge into traffic. But there was a white Yukon with their kids in the back that basically slowed down. Well, when they came by me, they could clearly see that there was traffic next to me, but yet decided to give me the finger. And as soon as they went by, I seen Black Lives Matter stickers on the back of their van. Now, I'm not going to say that there's a connection there, but it's a little coincidental, right? I mean, both the husband and the wife are flicking me off in front of their kids with a Black Lives Matter sticker on the back of their car. And it kind of got me thinking, because I've got here plenty of time. I mean, I can't unload 10 miles up the road until like 8:30 in the morning. So I mean, I've been here for a while. Plenty of time to kind of mull it over and everything like that. And it's just like, coming through Chicago, even though it was the south tip of it, Gary, Indiana, Portage, Indiana. If you've been driving and you've been over the road, these are not safe areas to begin with, let alone in today's standards, right? And I noticed last week I was kind of on edge. This week I'm really on edge because there's been more and more and more shootings on trucks. yeah, I was kind of, I just kind of wanted to see if you guys have seen anything, because I know some of you are more regional, some of you are over the road, and some of you are retired, but or want to drive but aren't driving, whatever. But I just been really kind of on edge the last like pretty much 2 weeks, and I'm honestly, I mean, before it was kind of, yeah, I love my job, and I do love my job. Don't get me wrong, I do love my job. But it was kind of this like back and forth. It was like one day or 1 week it was fine and everything like that, and then the next week the floodgates of impossibles would open and it would dump on my head. Now I'm to the point where it's like I don't want to drive. Like I don't want to drive. I don't. I'm tired of putting my life at risk to feed people, and that's what I do. I pull a reefer trailer, so I'm feeding people. I yes and no. I mean, I've got things in the truck that I use every day that I could use as a weapon. But how do you protect yourself from somebody using a long gun at 70 miles an hour, taking pop shots a mile away at your truck? You can't. I mean, it's you can't see it coming. You don't know where it's coming from. So yeah, I could probably get a tire thumper and have it by the seat and everything like that, which is fine for somebody that jumps up on the truck. But that's not going to protect me from what's actually going on, or somebody dropping a chain with a weight on the end of it to purposely destroy the truck and possibly hurt me for simply doing my job. And like a lot of these truck stop groups and stuff that I'm on Facebook with, I kind of just silently sit in the background and watch a lot of this stuff that they post. But I mean, I don't blame these people for not wanting to go to Minnesota. Unfortunately, I live there, but with everything that's happened with the riots and the dumbest idea ever of defunding the police, it's like I don't blame it. It's Donnie, it's getting to the point, right? Because I honestly, I hate to say it, because then when you say it, it puts it out there in the atmosphere. I have a feeling this whole violence against trucks is it's in its seed form right now, and it's almost to the point of you either pull it like a weed or you let it grow into something that is probably going to end the industry. And I'm leaning more towards, because let's face it, the government doesn't care about us, right? Just like I said before, when this whole thing happened and everybody was locked down in their home, quarantined for whatever reason, that whatever, I still don't understand why you're quarantining healthy people, but whatever. But the whole thing started, everybody was, oh, thank you, Mr. Truck Driver. Oh, we support the truck drivers, blah, 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 blah. Where's the support now? Where is the support now? We're being shot at. We're purposely trying to be targeted. Where is the support now? We've got stuff hanging from bridges that literally could decapitate somebody, completely destroy a truck and trailer. Where is the support now? That's why I said the thank yous that I've seen, and that not all of them, but the majority of them, were empty words, because they don't care about you. They were just being selfish to get you to work harder for them so they could live comfortably in their house. People don't honestly give a shit about you. If you're a truck driver, they don't care. And it's quite evident because there's no support, there is no protection, there is nothing from any government, local or federal. There is nothing coming from the government or police departments or community in support of what we do. So I just have a funny feeling this is going to go south, and it's going to go south real quick. Real quick. And I don't know if I have enough energy in me to keep wanting to help America eat, work, whatever. I just don't know if I have enough energy to do that anymore. Especially when you get shit on for just doing your job. And some of you that are on my personal page on Facebook, which, by the way, that's the whole Facebook thing outside the fan page is quickly going to come to an end. I'm going to tell you that. I cannot stand Facebook anymore. I'm done. I'm done with Facebook. It's just, it is nonstop. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim when you're not the victim. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. It's nonstop. It's everybody trying to play the victim when they're not a victim. That's what last week was about. Mr. JB, how you doing? Thank you. What's up, buddy? So yeah, I've not had anything happen to me as of yet. I've seen some stuff. I've been on the tail end of some stuff. I've seen damage, I've seen the graffiti on the road. I've seen, I actually saw a couple trucks pulled over because somebody, that whole chain thing with the weight thing on bridges, I've actually seen somebody got their truck destroyed sitting on the side of the road. It was nobody was around. I think they were just waiting for a wrecker or something like that. There was no driver, there was no police or anything like that. And there was a tag on the door. So I know it's old, but I saw it firsthand. And then today, I'm literally doing 67, which my speed limit is 65. And, I get flipped off by a mom and dad with their kids in the background with a Black Lives Matter sticker on the back of their car. Oh, ironically, they were white people. To me, it doesn't matter, but I'm just putting that information out there. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do because I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing in the environment that we're in. But there again, like Donnie said, and we've talked about here before, I want to be home for Uncle Poopsie more, but I can't do that without having some sort of income. And no, don't get me wrong. You guys that watch the videos and thumbs up the videos and all this other stuff every week and week after week after week after week after week, even through my shenanigans and my train wreck episodes and all my stupid stuff, you guys are it's more than, I would have never even imagined that I would have gotten this much support and this much views and subscribers and everything like that. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, but it's not enough, right? I can't financially rely on YouTube, and I wouldn't do it anyways. That's not what the YouTube thing was about for me. This was just about fun. This was about teaching about truck driving, showing you my experiences, giving you my thoughts, helping somebody else out, them helping me out, creating a community, a place that people could go to and not feel judged and it doesn't matter what color skin or orientation or mental state you're in. I wanted to create, and we have. My whole thing was I wanted to create a community that supported each other. Whether we had different views or the same views, it didn't matter. But we were all responsible for each other. not in like a life way, but just a helping hand way. And we've done that. Mr. Diblo, how you doing, homie? How you doing? And so I can't depend on, and I would never ever ask YouTube to support me in that situation, right? Because that's not something that I would ever do. I'm capable of working. I want to work. I enjoy working. I'm going to work. This here, if this blows up into something big, okay, fine, great. It's always going to be, something fun, something that I enjoy doing. It's not going to be the bread and butter. And I don't want to turn the YouTube stuff into my bread and butter. Because then I think that's when all the fun comes out of it. So it's like, what do I do? It's like, which direction do I go? What do I do? Yeah, we've talked about the RV thing. I mean, with everything that's happening, is that going to be a safe place for me to have an 85-year-old man? You know what I mean? I don't I don't know if that's going to be a viable option if the country goes the way I think the country's going to go. So yeah, it's like, what do I do? Like I said, I don't have the energy to be out here anymore, especially in these climates and the thought process of everybody now. I don't know. Here we always get front row parking. We don't have far to walk. Yeah, you don't have far to walk. Mr. Sam, how you doing? What's up, buddy? Well, that's awesome. We got our two over the seas friends in here. We got Mr. Diblo and we got Mr. Sam. So yeah, it's and that's kind of. I guess we didn't keep this lighthearted and fun, but it's kind of been on my mind. Mr. A.A. Ron up in the house. Mr. A.A. Ron, I'm close to you. I'm stalking you. Not really, but I'm stalking you. But yeah, I mean, that's just like, I had this happen today, and and it was just like, man. Well, what's up at 4 a.m.? Go to bed, my friend. Jesus, go to bed. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say this, it's just, but it's the truth. It's what I'm thinking. It's how I'm feeling. And, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. And there again, I don't blame the trucking industry for not wanting to go to Minneapolis, St. Paul, or Minnesota in general, because they can't figure out how to pull their heads out of their asses. And you may have a different opinion and a different outtake and everything like that, but I live there, and a lot of, like Mr. Phillip, he's from Minnesota. We live there. We get the inside scoop. Mr. Tim up in the house, 23 and 30 seconds late. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I wanted to kind of talk about it. See if anybody else has seen anything or had anything happen to them or anything like that. I'm in my bed already. Oh, by the way, my birthday is today. Well, happy birthday, Mr. Sam. Everybody hashtag happy birthday. Mr. Dave up in the house. No complaining today. Just asking questions. Actually, I haven't complained in a couple of weeks. Well, a couple of months. I must not be feeling good. But yeah, happy birthday, Mr. Sam. But no, like I said, I just wanted to kind of, see what you guys all thought, and yeah, that's all I do. Sure. But yeah, no, like I said, I just kind of wanted to see what you guys thought, and what if, like I said, if anybody's had any personal experiences or anything, not your sister's, brother's, cousin's, nephew, personal experience, right? Uh, I know a lot of the people that I know that drive, like Philip and most of the Minnesota friends. They really haven't seen anything. Um, no, I know some friends that are from Georgia. They've seen stuff. They've been affected by some of the stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. It's somebody better get a grip on something real quick, otherwise we all in trouble. I'll guarantee you that. We're already in trouble, but we'll be even more in trouble. Anyways, how's everybody doing? I know it's 7:30, and I'm unleashing the beast. I heard that, Tim, that every state now is they're about ready to declare martial law. And if that's the case, oh boy, yeah. I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought that a statue would have been offensive because it's a symbol of our past that we shouldn't relive? That's why the statue is there. But I mean, how can a statue be offensive when it doesn't do anything? It doesn't say anything. It just sits there. Oh, well, exactly, Mr. Aaron. Sam, yes. I'm not 100% sure when I'll be home, but yeah, I'll be home sometime this weekend, I think, or this week or something. I don't know. What you pulling the intake manifold off for? You're supposed to leave that on there. That's what makes the car go vroom vroom. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody is. I guess I'm. A few of us are the left out ones, or whatever. I haven't drank the Kool-Aid, jumped on the bandwagon, whatever you want to call it. But I just don't see why everybody's playing the victim when there has been no victim. It's like whatever. Exhaust leak on the right side. Well, get some JB Weld, man. Just weld that shit up. Clog it up. Butt putty it. Butt putty it? Don't butt putty it. Don't butt putty it. Don't weld it. Don't put... that is, JB Weld is one of the worst things, but one of the best things ever invented. You should not be JB welding anything on an engine or a car. You should fix it the right way. Oh my gosh. It's like that. Oh shit! I was gonna say something else, but now I forgot what it was. I don't know. Whatever. Anywho. So joke. I know you've heard this before. I'm gonna say it again. No, I'm not driving. I'm parked. I'm about 10 minutes from, 10 minutes, 10 miles, whatever, from my delivery. It is. JB Weld is it's like the best thing ever invented, but it's also the worst thing ever invented. But because people use it so poorly in such poor decisions. So it's, no, I'm in Michigan. So I'm just by I'm kind of by Battle Creek, Michigan. But yeah, I'm about 10 minutes away from. I got the truck running because it's actually pretty warm. It's not so much that it's warm; the humidity is high. But yeah, I'm parked. I'm in Michigan, and just waiting for 8:30 in the morning to come, and I can start my one of 3 drops. Yay! There's a reason why I don't like LTL, because it never works out. LTL may pay more, but it never works out. Oh, it just takes one little hiccup in the wheel, and there you sit trying to scramble and make up time. But it's all good though. It's all good. So I'm assuming I'm gonna get loaded out of here somewhere. Probably cranberries or blueberries. Ugh. 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 Going back to Minnesota somewhere, or Iowa, something like that. Most likely Iowa, but we'll see. But then again, who knows? Who knows? That's the fun of this so-called job, is you get shot at, you don't make any money, and you never know where you're gonna go. There you go. Trucking summed up in 3 words. So does anybody have any plans for, I think Tim is going to a car show over the 4th of July weekend. Does anybody else have any plans? Are you guys doing, you're shooting fireworks? Does your state allow fireworks, or your country allow fireworks? Unfortunately, Minnesota doesn't allow for good fireworks, so we can't shoot. We do anyways, but we're not supposed to. Again, I'm not doing anything special for the 4th. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to have my mom and brother and his wife come down, and we're just going to have a small little barbecue. Nothing major, nothing big. And then we'll go home. They'll go home, and I'll go in the house. I suppose there's really not much to do, with the current situation. I suppose there's just not much to do. So, yeah, what are you guys doing? Are you guys staying home? Are you going to family? Are you able to even go to family? Just barbecue, steak, and chickens? I'm coming to Aaron's house. Although I'm not a big steak person, but I'll eat the hell out of some chicken. I'm drinking beer, I know that. Well, nice. But I thought, Tim, you posted on, I thought you were going to a car show or a swap meet or something like that on the weekend of the 4th. Or did I misread that? I think I may have misread that. Oh, and what I was going to say before is, I know I've kind of hinted around at this a little bit, but I'm going to start looking into it a little bit more and more and more. I'm going to try to get the website, our own website, up and functional. Now, unfortunately, I am going to have to charge like a membership area. I was just having a barbecue party with my best friend and going to drink some booze to the nice swap meet was this weekend. Oh, okay. Now, like I said, we've kind of talked and hinted at this before. I do want to get a website and up so we can all hang out off of YouTube. My idea is, not only are the videos going to be up there, a little bit sooner than on YouTube, but I do want to have an open chat forum. So basically, like, if you guys come in and everything like that, paid members will get like unlimited chat on a live feed, like any time of the day you come in. Hold that thought, Mr. Nathaniel. Like, so basically 24 hours a day, any day of the week, anybody can go in and talk to anybody. Like, there's going to be a live chat feed, and then I want to have threads and stuff like that. But there's going to be a members area. Unfortunately, the members are going to have access to unlimited chat. No members, non-members are going to have like time frames. I don't know how to set this up yet. I'm in talks, or I'm trying to find a web designer that can do this. I'm trying to just get some ideas and everything like that. But I am going to push for that. So if you guys want the website and you want more continuous connections and everything like that, not only to me but to you guys as well for yourselves, what do you think? What do you think of that? Eventually I would like to have, like, instead of having Teespring as the merch store, have everything all in-house, everything like that. Try to get some partners with some printers and everything like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think as much as possible, so when I go to, like, if I find a web designer, or when I find a web designer, I can go, eventually, this is exactly what I want. What do you think? And start molding it into something from that point. But I'm not going to do it if you guys aren't going to use it. So, it ultimately depends on you guys. If it's something that you guys want, cool. If not, then I'm not going to waste my time. The whole t-shirt thing, I understand I was a little early. I was premature, everything like that. I get it. But, there's not been a lot of support in that way, which is fine. You'll never hear me beg you to buy something. That's not what I'm here for. But, this website would be extremely expensive from what I've heard. And I don't want to waste the money if you guys aren't going to use it. So, there you go. NASCAR. I'm like Tim. I stopped watching NASCAR a long time ago. Was one of the reasons why I got satellite radio. Mr. Keep On Trucking Man, how you doing? Now that they have this weird segment racing, it's not racing. I don't know what. I don't I don't know what the whole point of that is. I am fantastic. Now with this whole banning of the Confederate flag, I wish people would realize and get it through your damn heads, not you, but people would get it through their damn heads, that the Confederate flag has never stood for racism. Well, now it is. It's never stood for racism. The Confederate flag was Southern pride. And it just happens so that a group that is all about hate took it and used it as their symbol. That's not the flag's fault. That's not the Southern pride's fault. So stop blaming them. I think NASCAR alienated literally everybody that helped build them. I mean, let's face it, NASCAR came from the South. It's a Southern thing. And so is the Confederate flag. I honestly think they alienated a ton of their fans. I don't know. I might be wrong. I don't know. It's just my 2 cents, right? And then on top of it, you got this loop that supposedly was a noose. You got the FBI involved. You've got whatever this BLM group is and stuff like that. NASCAR, again, no offense to anybody. And trust me, I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody. I'm just trying to tell the truth, right? NASCAR has turned into millennials. It's literally, all the drivers are millennials. And again, not all millennials are bad. That's not what I'm saying. Not all millennials are bad. But it's turned into a crybaby game. And you're now have alienated the people that have built you, or the majority of the people that have built you, and now you're claiming racism. No, I'm sure there is racism. The oh God, I can't think of his name. The black driver from the 60s and 70s. Oh God, they did a movie on him. I cannot think of what his name is. The Hear No Evil, See No Evil, or whatever. That dude. Oh God, I can't think of, he was a comedian. He played something Scott, right? William Scott? No, not William Scott. It was something Scott, I believe. Yeah, there's racism. There's racism in everything, because racism is it's it's never gonna die, because people keep talking about racism. It's never gonna die. but I mean, that's neither here nor there. I'm sure there's real racism still in NASCAR. I'm sure there is. But yeah, to ban the Confederate flag, I after all that's happened in NASCAR, I think it's just another nail in its coffin. I don't think. I don't think it's going to be around much longer. But then again, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, my opinion is that they did a perfect job of alienating the majority of their. I remember car driver was scared to get out of his truck at TA once because he saw me and two other black drivers talking to my truck. I had a Confederate flag at well, that must have been a little confusing, huh? Well, and that's the thing, is like, I don't. Service, sacrifice, and heritage. That's what the flag means. I mean, it means something different to everybody, right? But the majority of what that flag stands for is not hate. It's pride. It's everything like that. I mean, that's why the southern states still fly the Confederate flag even after the Civil War. It wasn't about race. The Civil War, if you think about it, it wasn't about slavery. It was about being one nation controlled by one set of rules. That's what the government was. That's what happened. And if you've missed that somewhere along the lines, you need to go back and read a history book. But that's what it was. That's what it was. It was the South didn't want to be controlled by the one government in the North because they didn't see eye to eye. And that's fine. But the whole slavery thing came in at the end. So, I don't know. I mean, my point of view on it is going to be different than everybody else's point of view, because I didn't have the same history books as everybody else did, right? So, I can only tell you my opinions from what I know and what I was taught and what I've seen and what I believe. And, I mean, it boils down to it's just the Confederate flag is not, it's not about racism. It's about everything else but racism. So, yeah, it's just one of those things, I mean, it's everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own point of views. Everybody has their own morals. Everybody has their own standards, which is fine. But when your standards and your morals and your point of views and everything like that start affecting people outside of your thought process in a negative way, those are probably not good morals or standards to have. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a dumb truck driver that supposedly, and that's a long story, I'm not going to get into that. I don't know. What are you doing? Anyways. Well, I mean, that point is true too, Tim. I mean, it really is. If you think this country is that bad, which I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect. Nobody's saying it's perfect. You know, nobody's saying it's great. Nobody, you know, there is. Oh, God, yes, there is. I mean, every race, culture, creed, town, county, state has their problem people, and it doesn't matter the color, um, or the gender. It doesn't matter. But no, exactly. The thing of it is, you know, I'm not saying the country is great. I'm not saying the country needs to be fixed. I'm not, or doesn't need to be fixed. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. But there again, that statement is true. If you don't like what is going on, you are more than free to go try living in a country that isn't America. Exactly. So, Mr. Aaron, I have a legitimate question, right? As a man of color, now I heard another black guy on Facebook. I think Mr. Petty, I think I think Richard Petty is too senile to even have a say so. I don't think he should just go sit retired, look at his race cars, and tell his grandkids and great grandkids and great 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 grandkids stories. All right, but Mr. Aaron, um, and this kind of makes sense, right? And I'm not saying this. This was actually the Hodges twins. I don't know if you guys have. I know I'm not saying their name right, but it's the twins. That they're comedians, but they do a lot of social stuff or social activism and stuff on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that. I think they're the Hodges twins. I think is what their name is, and you know they make a good point. I mean, I agree with them, right? Why do a lot of black people want to be called African Americans when they weren't born or have any connections to Africa? Aren't you just Americans? You're black American, just like I'm white American. We're all American. We're not. What? I don't understand the whole thought process of. I mean, if you were born in Africa and then you came to the United States, yes, then you are African American. I'm Canadian American. That's what I am. I'm Canadian American. You know, you can be Russian American, but if you were born here and you live here, then aren't you just an American? Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah. All right, hold on. Let them go to Russia. Well, yeah, that's exactly. My dad was born in Holland, Amsterdam, came over when he was 17. It was a dream, so whoa. I know you're saying, Aaron. Oh, yeah. Yes, you were. Well, that's Pakistan. Yeah, it's everything like that. Right, Mr. Aaron? I don't understand. See, and that's the thing is like, you know, and yes, the black community is. There's problems within the black community, but there's also problems within the white community, and I don't know the problems. I mean, I can see from an outside perspective looking in, but when one community is going after its own community more than another community that's going after its own community, that's a problem, right? I don't understand. It's like immigration, right? You know, because I live. What is hose beside you driver's door? Oh, this? Um, it's an air thing. I'm Dutch. Yeah, but Mr. Keep on Trucking Man, were you born in Dutch? Or were you born in Dutch? Were you born in the Netherlands? Oh my God. Well, that's the thing is like, you know, I, yeah, I mean, the whole slavery thing, that happened 500 years ago. I'm just because I'm white doesn't mean my family owned or even supported the slavery movement, right? I had nothing to do with it. I'm not going to feel sorry for what happened then because the past is we're supposed to learn from the past so we don't repeat the past. But why do I have to be sorry for the past when my family had nothing to do with it? None whatsoever. My family came over to the United States after the slavery issue. So why does every black person have to be connected to slavery when that happened 500 years ago? Well, that's easier said than done, Mr. Trucker Man. Well, then you're just American. You're not Dutch American. Your ancestry is Dutch American, but you're just American. You weren't born over in the Netherlands. Well, and a lot of this is just the way people were raised, right? That it was, and I'm well aware that there are certain areas in certain cities, in certain counties, in certain towns that aren't the best, right? They have everything working against them. Every single thing is working against them. But the people that stay there are the ones that chose to stay there. The people that chose to better themselves, bettered themselves. It's all personal choice. If you have enough willpower to make a change in your own life, that's when better things happen because you are making the change. If you choose to just get by, then you're just going to get by. And that goes for everything. That goes if you want to do YouTube. That goes if you want to drive a truck. It goes if you want to go to school, if you want to become a lawyer or a doctor. It doesn't matter. There's equal opportunity for everybody. It's up to you. It's not up to me. It's up to you. It's not up to your parents. It's up to you to get over that hurdle. Now, my life wasn't great. In my eyes, my life wasn't great. But now, from your guys' perspective, my life may have been a fucking cakewalk. Did I? Yes, I did. It was actually curled up underneath and behind the seat. But yeah, there was an air hose in the cab over. I don't like it hanging there, but there's nowhere else I can put it, and it'd get caught in the door. So that's why I keep hanging it there. I don't like it there, but whatever. Yeah. So, anyways, we've done 53 minutes. This went a completely different direction than I actually wanted it to go. This was supposed to be fun, lighthearted because I had a serious blowout last week. And I mean, I know this is the topic of the week or the topic of the century or the millennium and whatever, but we need a mental break. So we're gonna put a kibosh to that. If you guys, by all means, if you guys want to have a discussion, please email me or whatever. We can talk that way. Or if you haven't joined the fan page on Facebook, join the fan page or join Discord. It's all down there. Okay, join Discord. You don't have to play games or anything like that. You can type. We can have a discussion there. It's all good. But let's take a mental break. We're gonna go about an hour and a half today, so we have about 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes. But let's just take a mental break from reality, okay? Let's have fun. Well, it's just you're right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. You always have a front row, Mr. Phillip. You are such a crackhead, but that and that's part of the reason why I love coming on here because you know everybody here has a different view, but we can actually have a conversation. Yeah, I mean it's I know my views and my point of views are not always right. I'm well aware of that, but they're right for me. They're not going to be right for you. They're right for me, and we understand that your point of views are right for you, but they're not right for anybody else, right? And that's the cool part about you guys is we can have conversations like this, and understand that okay, yeah, your points are well taken. We under I'm parked in the back. That's the party row is not the party row anymore, my friend. The party row is the scary row. And actually, I shouldn't say that because technically on this truck stop, I'm actually in the back row. But there's only two rows, so it's either the front row or the back row. I guess I chose the back row. But see, look. See, row number one, row number two. There's only two rows. Is it technically considered back row if there's only two rows? I mean, technically, yeah. Yeah, there's no lot lizards anymore. There's very few. West Memphis and Atlanta are literally the only two places that I've heard that there's still lot lizards out there. Other than that, I haven't seen a lot lizard freaking years, which is very awesome. Oh, trust me, there ain't no lot lizards here. Not unless a four-legged heifer comes walking out from a pasture somewhere. There's no lot lizards here. I can guarantee you that. I know, right? Greenwood, Indiana. There's still some there? Really? Well, I suppose, yeah. I mean, right there by Louisville. Or Indianapolis, I mean. Really? There was never really anything there for the longest time. So they went from exit 4 down there. Makes sense, since exit 4 burned down. Oh, Mr. Aaron. Holy crap. If you... Okay, some of you guys are way too young for this, but you don't remember. But Mr. Aaron, I believe you and I are about the same age. Oklahoma City, out on the west side, there used to be a TA and a Flying J out there. And it used to seem like it was miles and miles and miles outside of Oklahoma City, which now it's all part of Oklahoma City. That's how big that town has grown. There was at the TA, these lot lizards, oh my God. They were the most beautiful things on the fucking planet. I remember Porsche. Oh, well, then you probably remember too. Porsche, Mercedes, Brittany. I can't think. There was 4 of them that were there almost every single weekend, and oh my God, they were so nice. They looked. I mean, any 4 of those girls, and I'm sure there was more. Any 4 of them could have been a fucking supermodel for the Sports Illustrated page. They were drop dead freaking gorgeous. Yes. But yeah, it was well, they called it West Oklahoma City. That's right, there is. I forgot about that, Philip. Yeah, there's a motel right there, right back there. Renee? Yeah, there was, I forget. I remember Porsche, Mercedes, Brittany, and then I think Sam was the other one. I'm pretty sure it was Sam. But oh my God, they were drop dead gorgeous. I mean, I'm talking Cindy Crawford because Cindy, if you don't know, Cindy Crawford was huge in my day. All right, she was the hottest thing on the planet. Okay, she was the J Lo of my old man age. All right. Okay, that sounded a little creepy. No, no. Honest to God, I have never ever. See, that's the thing. Is like the yes, exactly. Going to say, oh my God. Do you want to keep him as a driver, Mr. Ford? Oh my God. Because if they're the ones from Exit 4 at the Flying J before it burnt down, they are some of the skankiest, stinkiest things walking on two legs that I've ever seen in my life. But you know, the funny thing is, and I know, Tim, you're joking, I know, but the stigma really is, even today, which is a little mind blowing, that a truck driver has a girlfriend in every town. I'm sorry, I come out here to work. I don't lollygag around. I don't have time for. Oh, I'm sure they do. Because if they're the same ones from Exit 4, oh, you can smell them coming from 10 yards away. Oh, God, yeah. Uh, but yeah, I come out here to work. I've never hooked up with a lot lizard. I've been hit on a few times out here. I don't know why. They must have been drunk or something. But, you know, I've been hit on it. But I have never done anything outside of this is work, because this is my life. This is what I do. This is how I make my money. And it's kind of funny because it's like you hear all these stories, you know, like you know, Toledo, the old T5 exit, right? I don't know what it's called now, but I forget the actual name. Portage, or not? It's not Portage, but I always call it the old T5 exit because that's what it was forever. But you go up to the Petro, which is still there, but right across the road was the was it the Dunes? I don't know. It changed names like a million times, but you knew that was a truck stop to go party at. You could go get drunk. You could get the ladies. You could get drugs. Go to Gary, Indiana. You know, you go to Burr Street. You hear people on the radio going, "You want green smoke, white smoke, blue smoke, purple smoke?" You would hear it all damn night. Never partook in it, because I come out here to do my job. That's what I do. Yeah. Well, you remember Mr. Aaron, Steel City, exit 9 in Gary, Indiana. Remember the old Steel City? Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, the old Steel City would, their security guards would pay the lot lizards and pay thieves to come in to break into people's trucks out in the parking lot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was common. That was common back then. You know, and then you go to Burr Street, the TA on Burr Street, Burr, Burr, it's exit 6, or exit 4. Is it exit 4 or exit 6? I don't know, 6, I think it is. But you go to that TA, and if you got stuck out parking out back, oh, they had security guards. They would come up and rob you yourself, and you just walked away from your truck. They'd be smashing your window in. Oh yeah, that shit was common. Man, you go to West Memphis, you didn't even know if you were going to go get out of there just driving by. You know, there was so many people dying. You know, Gary, the TA in Gary. Oh yeah. You know, like well, it's now the Petro, or was the Petro in the TA. Now it's the J in TA or whatever it is. The TA. You know, or the Ponderosa up on 20. You know, you looked at the Ponderosa. Oh my God, there was a truck driver being killed or a prostitute being killed every freaking night. It was stupid. It was stupid. That's what I was driving in. That's what I remember. You know, and everybody's like, "Well, you got a girlfriend in every town." No, I really don't. I come out here to work. I'm sorry for bursting that bubble, but nope. Not gonna happen. But oh yeah, West Memphis was even worse. Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad in West Memphis. Wildwood, I-75 Chrome. This was long before I-75 Chrome was down there. But Wildwood, Florida, that used to be, because it was a biker bar across the street, right next to the pilot. And I mean, you'd hear gunshots all fucking night long down there. And it was right across the street, literally right across the street. And then that got shut down, and I-75 built their massive building there. But oh yeah, Wildwood used to be. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah. You had Deja Vu. You had, was it Ace of Spades? What was that one? I thought it was Ace of Spades or Spades something. Oh my God, that thing, you could smell. Oh, it was so disgusting. You drive by on 20, and it was, the smell, and you knew it was rotten cooch. You knew it was rotten cooch. Oh my God, the stank. Oh, yeah. You guys want to be a truck driver? Now is probably a really good time to get into it. Man, I tell you, that mid 90s to late 90s era, whoo. Wait, well, who? What? Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be heading your way, by the way, Mr. Keep On Truckin' Man. I'm in Michigan. I'm going to Westland. I know. Oh, I know. You want to talk about ghetto? I'm going. I know. But yeah, I'm heading towards Westland. But oh yeah, that whole Detroit to Toledo to the old T5 exit, that whole zone right there was bad for trucks. You get shot at, you get tires blown out. Oh yeah. That was the era. The mid 90s to late 90s that was the era. That was the boom of the whole truck driver serial killer thing. Oh, it was ridiculous. Yeah. And then you had the Walt Whitman in Pittsburgh. You had the Walt Whitman. Oh my God, them lot lizards over there. Ugh. It's tomorrow afternoon. I'm not 100% sure. Oh God, yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, I remember being in Laredo, and there was only one truck stop, and it was a Pilot. It was just a little bit north. I remember. You remember the Walt Whitman? God, that place was the shittiest place on the planet, but it was the only place within like 200 miles, and it was free to park at. Every place else, like you go to Bordentown, Jersey. First of all, you had to pay at that time it was a $30 or $40 bridge. And then you had to pay the toll, and then you had to pay to park, and it was stupid. It was stupid. So Walt Whitman was the only place that you could park for free. Oh God, did it stink? Oh, that stunk. I mean, I think there was more shit in the parking lot than there was in the septic system of that place. It was disgusting. Oh yeah, the shower. You didn't shower there. If you showered there, you have bigger cojones, and they're probably disease-filled than I do. Well, I don't have a disease, but you know what I mean. Yeah. The Walt Whitman. That place has been gone for a while, but oh my God, that place sucked. That place sucked. Well, there was a Walt Whitman up in Jersey, too. Underneath the George Washington. Oh, did you? Oh, man. Yeah. You got bigger cojones than I did, my friend. There was no way I got out of that truck. The parking lot moved at night, and it wasn't the two-legged kind. It was the ginormous rats that would come out and feed on human bodies that were freaking thrown in the back. Choking, puking, yeah. There was no choking. You just started puking at that place. That place was bad. It was so bad. Um, yeah, and then they had the Walt Whitman underneath the Washington. The TAs, yeah, the TAs were never the cleanest. They were never the cleanest. Even like today, the TAs are the oldest. The TAs and Petros are the oldest truck stops. Well, they're old because they haven't made any money, right? So they haven't updated a lot of them. I should say, oh, a lot of them. You know, like Flying J and Pilot, they're updating and they're constantly remodeling and blah blah blah. The TAs don't. Yeah, the TAs. They've never been the cleanest, but I love TAs. I love the Petros. They did until recently, but they were the only ones that you could actually go in and sit down and actually eat. Now everybody's fast food. 90% of it's Subway, and it's just like, vomit. But oh yeah, oh my god. And then there was Mr. Trucking Man. There was a truck stop south of Detroit City. Basically, where 275 or is it 675 or whatever, the beltway that comes around. This was before the beltway, but it's in that area. It used to be a Sunoco a long time ago. It used to be a Sunoco, and you could fit. It was probably as big as this truck stop here, but that place there had the best food. But you got sick every single time because of the environment. It was such a shithole, and there was containers and broke down trucks and people living in boxes. It was bad, but it had the best food. And every time you'd eat there, you'd end up getting sick, just because of the contamination of everything. Is that place even still? I'm assuming it's not, because I doubt it was making any money. I think it was an Amico towards the end, or the last time I ran up and down there. I thought it was an Amico. I've done a short prison term. Showers were way better in. Well, that's not hard to beat. But yeah, there used to be a truck stop just south of Detroit City, and I know I say Detroit wrong, but it's Detroit, not Detroit, Detroit. Get it straight, my friends. Get it straight. But yeah, and then there was I don't remember what it was called, but it was in the area of where if you come off 94 and you take the outer loop. Well, it's not the outer loop. If you take what is it, 275, I think it is, or 675 or whatever, but you take that and to go south on 75, it was right in that area where the two highways joined up. It was just a little bit further south than that. It might have been the Oasis, but I don't remember exact. But I know it was a Sunoco at one time, and then I think it turned into an Amico or something along that lines, an Amico or a Sinclair or something like that. Towards the last time I kind of seen that area, which was, I don't know, about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. I'm assuming the place is shut down. I'm assuming it has to be. It was just a cesspool of a little fuel stop. Okay. Yeah, it was just this. Oh, it was so disgusting. But it actually had good food. But the contamination of everything, you got sick. I mean, that's just the way it was, which is bad. But where was the other one? Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I'm assuming it has to be tore down. And I think you're right. I think it was called the Oasis at one point in time. But there was another. Oh, okay. Gosh, dang it! I can't think of. It was in Virginia. I'm trying to think of what road it was on. It was on 81. It was almost before you got into uh, Pennsylvania, and it sat on the west side of the highway. And that place there, oh my God, you never ate there. Oh, Allentown, PA, Trexlertown. Oh my God, that place was a shithole. It was so bad. But the food in that restaurant was amazing. Oh yeah, no, now it's about the buck. I mean, that's, yeah, it's truck driver. We'll make him come walk by, the back end of the truck stop with 700 garbage cans that smell like rotten flesh. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, Truckstop. Amazing food. Amazing food. But the place was a shithole. You got a cut in that place, you were guaranteed to get some sort of vaginal disease. I mean, just from scraping yourself. It was so bad. I was there every week for almost 5 years. I was there every week because we bring swinging meat into either Manhattan or the Bronx. And then we come down, or we bring craft from Minnesota out to craft in Allentown, Bethlehem, and then we come over and go to bed at Trexlertown before we got reloaded. But yeah, we'd either go to the Bronx or Manhattan with swinging meat, or go to Bethlehem, and then we'd all end up at Truckstop. We were there every week, sometimes twice a week. Then we go down to Philly, get loaded with cheese or veggies from the ports, and we'd haul back to Minnesota. I hated that run. God, I hated that run. But whatever. But yeah, I mean, the nicest people in the world, but that place was just a disease. Right? You get people, there was a bridge, because it was the most confusing road. It was the most confusing truck stop ever to try to get to. So everybody would get off for the toll road. They would flip a U-turn because they didn't want to get on the toll road. You had to go past the toll road. Well, there was 2 exits into one, and you had to come back around and head south. Well, it was right there on the right. Well, if you were coming up from the other way, it was the most confusing place to try to find. And every day you'd hear somebody on the radio, how do I get to the truck stop? How do I get to the truck stop? Where are you? Turn around. I mean, oh my God, it was so fun. Those are the days, though. Those were the days. Those were fun. They, what the fuck are you doing? Anyways, but yeah, those were the days. There was another one, that one in Virginia. Where, Mr. AA Run? The old Union 76. Oh yeah. Oh, so did I. And it was always, see, I always went to Hunts Point. Right? I brought swinging meat into Hunts Point. And back then, yeah. Any of them? Yeah, I remember a few of the 76s, like in Oklahoma, Arizona. No, they're TA bought them up. Yeah, TA and another. Well, they done close too, but there was another truck. I can't think of what it was called. But TA bought the majority of them, and then this other truck stop bought, or this other company bought the rest of them, and then TA ended up buying every of them. But Effingham, yeah, been to that one. Yep, I've been to that one when it got changed over. You know, that was a scary place. That was a fun place, but it was, for new people, there was so much going on that it was borderline scary, but that was one of the safer places. Yes. Yep. Yep. You got it. Well, it's just, yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough. it's it's actually on 64 and right at the state line. But you're thinking of is that Effingham? No, you're right. You're right. I'm thinking of Indiana. I can't think of the town name. For real. Uncle Poopsie, you're calling too soon. But yeah, you're right. Well, I'm trying to think. Hold on here. Oh, Hunts Point. It has been a while. Hunts Point. You always, I'm sure, even if you're younger or older, I mean, if you're older, but there are certain areas that you went to, like the old water market in, I know, right? Every single time, the old water market in Chicago, you never stopped for the stop signs. You never stopped for the lights. You just kept going. That was not you calling? No, that was Uncle Poopsie. Like Hunts Point was the same thing. You never stopped. You blew red lights. You blew stop signs. I was actually instructed by one of the police officers to run over a car because they parked on the corner. You want to talk about some scary shit. Back then, going to certain places like the old water market in Chicago, the Detroit fruit market, Hunts Point. There was a place in Miami that you broke every law because that was the law, and it was the only way you could keep yourself safe. The Port of LA, it's not Longport, I think is what it was called back then. I don't even know what it's called anymore. Camden, the Port of Camden. You never stopped. You just you just rolled in there. You didn't park overnight there. You just rolled in there, and you blew stop signs. I mean, that's just what you did. But yeah, I did Hunts Point for, it was 5 years, pretty much almost every month I was there. There was times that I was there like every week. I did that for a long time, and I don't want to kind of do that anymore. Oh yeah. I mean, in the mid '90s to late '90s, when I was running Hunts Point. Oh yeah. I mean, you were not safe there. Period. Like whatsoever. And if you got I mean, God, the stories that I can tell you. I've seen, I don't know how many people die right outside the fence because they were trying to climb over the fence, and the cops just shot them instead of asking questions. I mean, that shit happened all the time. The lot lizards there, they would invite them in. They would let them in the gate. I mean, it was so bad. Yeah, everybody was doing yellow jackets or they were snorting lines, or they were chewing toothpicks, or whatever. Oh my God, it was so bad. Hunts Point been there, but not going back. Yeah, I mean, and once you got labeled, if you got labeled, you were done. I mean, they had to send another driver and another truck. Once you got labeled, in any negative way, you were done. You weren't getting unloaded. You weren't, the likelihood of you leaving there was slim to none. I mean, it was that type of place. And I mean, I've heard they've made huge changes, but it's still always going to be Hunts Point, right? So. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was whatever. You could buy it there. Actually, you didn't even have to buy it. People were doing so much drugs at Hunts Point that you would get a contact high. Literally, you would get a contact high. White plus? Don't you be coming up in here, Mr. Steven, calling me white? How dare you offend me by calling me white? How dare you? I'm sure there's drivers. I'm sure there's drivers still doing whatever. Yeah. And most of the drivers that are still doing drugs are probably aligned with the Black Smoke Matters group or whatever they want to call themselves now, because the whole Black Smoke Matters thing didn't work out in their favor because whatever. Hey, you calm yourself. Sir, I have I can't be a part of the KKK because I'm Canadian and they don't like anybody. So I can't be KKK white. I'm Canadian white because I got a glow. I got an aura. See, like you see it like these Hallmark movies and the beams of sunlight come down and I'm sticking with it. You guys can buy it. You guys can do whatever. But that's my story, and I'm sticking with it, all right? I'm trying out for my Hallmark movie, okay? Calm yourself. Bruce Wilson is one I think checked out on Cab Over on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. That Charles, whatever his name is, Claiborne or whatever his name is, the dude is absolutely psychotic. Most of these people are trying to live back in the good old days. It's just not going to work. I mean, like this whole broker thing. I did a video on it. Most of the people bitching about the brokers are the people that are running older trucks. Well, obviously things are getting tighter. This has now turned in from a lifestyle to a business, which it's always been a business, but you have to be more efficient with your time, with your money, with your fuel, with your rigs, with everything. Everything has to be more efficient. So it's like, you can't run a cab over and make money in today's world. It's just not possible. I mean, it is possible, but it's super fucking hard. He bragging about not having a CDL. What does he have, a chauffeur's license or something like that? Yeah, to me it's I don't know. Anyway, yeah, whatever. Back to Hunt's point. No. All right, listen, my friends. We're gonna do last call. We have about 2 minutes. We're gonna do last call, and then we're gonna call it a night because I'm gonna call Uncle Poopsie and yell at him for calling again, and he's gonna tell me the same thing. Well, normally you only do it for an hour. It's like, no, it's always been an hour or two. Oh yeah, oh, I can hear it already. But anyways, so listen, my friends, or three. I've never gone 3 hours. Well, no, I've never gone 3 hours. I think the most I've ever gone is 2 hours. Well, that is partially true. In certain states, you don't need a CDL if you're not for hire. But you have certain rules that you do have to. All right, Mr. Aaron. What the wife wants, the wife gets. And I'm not married, and even I know that. Yeah, in certain states you can use a truck, any kind of truck, as a personal vehicle. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you have to follow a different set of rules, and you have to do this, and you have to do that, and you have to do that. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo for a really expensive vehicle to drive. Let's face it. Yeah, do what that man says. Hit the thumbs up. You need the dot. Hi, Mr. AA Ron. Have a good rest of your weekend, and thanks for coming to hang out. I need the dot. What do I need the dot? Who need what dot? Whatever, Mr. Steven. Whatever. All right, listen, my friends. Thank you, each and every one of you, for coming to hang out, for hitting this thumbs up and supporting the channel. Thank you, everybody. Again, if you haven't gone to the merch store, go check it out. I'm not saying you have to buy anything. Just go check it out. If you want to continue the conversation, join the Discord group. You don't need to be a gamer. You don't need. It's just an open platform for us to chit chat. All this DOT. I do not need a DOT. You shush your mouth, Mr. AA. You're not AA, Ron, Mr. Steven. But if you guys want to check it out, check it out. It's free to download. You got the invite in the down there. Come check it out. Other than that, everybody, thank you so much. And if we don't see you on Wednesday for the episode, before you go. All right. So, there is something different about next week's episode. It's a how did they do episode, because it's the first Wednesday of the month, right? So it's a how did they do episode, but there is something different. I want you to tell me what the difference is, because the very next week is me revealing the difference. All right, my friend. But anyways, it's here, and I used it for the first time in this week. Oh my God, it's this week. This week's episode, this week's video, whatever. How did they do? Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Something smells like something's ripped open. Anyways, I'll see you guys, if not on Wednesday, for how did they do. We'll see you right back here for Sunday something next week, 7 p.m. Central, every week, almost every week. I ready now. Whatever. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I gotta go. I'm leaving right now. I'm hitting the button.